Oh, hello, I just want to make a quick video in regards to what the Pope recently said. Paul, what's the Pope's name? Pope Francis? I think it's okay. Pope Francis is his name, and because the former Pope was a good Pope, the former Pope, Pope Benedict, he's great. Really, really, I forgot his name. I think he's from Poland. Really great name and really great man. This Pope here, he just, I was just waiting for something like this to happen. He declared publicly that he's reaching out to atheists for peace. Whoa. And people are supposed to buy this now, reaching out in Africa because of the wars that are going on there, for atheists to make peace. First of all, the atheists in Africa, you can probably count them on one hand. In entire Africa, on the entire continent, there may be 5 atheists that live there. They may even be from other countries that are just there to help or something. And they certainly are not militant, okay? And I don't know any atheist who is militant. I don't know any aggressive or pushy atheist. I've never met one. Every atheist I have met is very reasonable, reads a lot, is scientifically oriented, goes to school, studies a lot, teaches somewhere at universities. They don't have, there's nothing militant in their lives, okay? They're completely peaceful people. They're pro-peace. They're actually, a lot of them are in the peace movement. So I don't know why this thing against atheists now. The only rhyme I can make out of this is because I was watching a documentary about the Vatican last night, just happened to be last night, and then this headline today. And that a very interesting documentary, well done, but it is crystal clear, and it's amazing how well done it is psychologically to make people think the Vatican is all peaceful and kind and innocent. So it's a complete distortion of the reality, and they only showed the last 2 good popes. They showed the Pope Paul and the Pope Benedict, and they were good popes. They walked their talk. They really said what they meant. They didn't, I don't think they were in any way greedy or anything. That was not their, they were really into their beliefs and all of this, and they were for peace, and they were to help people and bring meaning to people's lives, as much as they could. The Pope they have now, after the last Pope left, the last Pope, Pope Benedict, left the Vatican. He did not support the corruption that is going on in the Vatican. He saw that this whole institution is corporatized. It is just one big corporation. It is a money-making company, basically, and it's about power, and that's what religion all is about. It's all about power, greed, and money, okay? That's all it is. And the people who follow are the pawns, the slaves to that system, to keep that system going. And the ones in charge often don't even believe what they're preaching. The ones in charge are just, or they make themselves believe whatever they are preaching to, just to keep this power system going. So the ones in charge are basically CEOs, and it can happen that the Pope can be just part of this whole system. And I don't know about the current Pope Francis, but it looks like after the last Pope left, after Pope Benedict left because he didn't support the corruption anymore, they put a Pope in now, Pope Francis, who is probably an equivalent to George W. Bush for the White House. Something like this. Some kind of person who does not think at all, never reads anything about anything except his religious books and scriptures. That's all he reads. Something that happened 2000 or 2000 something years ago. Okay, that does not pertain to today. And so he does not. He either has no knowledge about what's going on in the world, or he is, and then in that case he'll be a puppet, just like George W. Bush, or he is one of the corporate CEOs. He's one of them, and he's an infiltrator. You know, he's just he's a liar. He's just put in there for the purpose of giving a facade, you know, and nothing else, just to mislead the people, you know, into believing the Vatican is all functioning well and great and wonderful and all that. And the way they portrayed that in that documentary film yesterday, the title also misleading. Titles like Behind the Closed Doors of the Vatican. Okay, so you think, oh, now it's a documentary film, somebody's revealing now. I already had a funky feeling about it, but I watched it anyway. I wanted to see the Transfiguration by Raphael again. Such a beautiful painting. They're sitting on world treasures of epic proportions, and this cannot be stolen because it is part of the wall. Those are freschi, I don't know the plural of it. They are paintings on cement walls, and they can't be broken off and sold somewhere on the black market. And all these sculptures that are in there, they can't be stolen. They weigh like as much as a semi-truck or something. And marble columns and arches and incredible stone carvings and angels and Madonnas and Jesus, bleeding Jesuses on the torture instrument. And my goodness, they got ornaments over ornaments over ornaments and masses of gold in there. And it is beautiful. It should never be destroyed. Okay, it should be kept as a museum in excellent condition. It needs to be catered to. It needs to be served because it is art. You know, we got art there, even though it's often made out of religious intentions, but it's still art, and it's still beautiful and pretty and wonderful to look at, and it's gigantic, and it feels so good to look at this amazing abundance of beauty and ornaments and treasures. And so for that it should be kept as a concert hall, as a museum, as a place of attraction. They can live on this alone there in Italy, on the tourism. All these people coming there, they had to put up like walking chutes for people to go through on the Piazza de Saint Peter or Saint Pedro. And they had to, there's so many people, there are millions of people that come and want to go through this amazing basilica. So it should be a place of art. It should be a place of tourist attraction, of wonder and history, not a place of suppression anymore. We have the year 2013, we're entering into 2014, okay? So when I was a child, I thought when we're past 2000, we will be finally past religion and all of these lies. But I see it's still happening in such vast majority places, on earth. I mean, there's only a handful of atheists, a handful of people who are thinking for themselves, or even just a handful of people who want an alternative religion, or who go within themselves and inspect themselves for what's really going on with them, who they really are. That's just a tiny minority. Those are our teachers, certainly not somebody who belongs to a massive religion like this. And the same goes to all religions that are big or small. It doesn't matter. Any kind of religion that suppresses people, or religion in general, is just not beneficial for our way of thinking. This needs to be ended. And certainly atheists, the atheist community, they are such peaceful people. They just want to help. They just want to educate people. They got the better arguments. When that pisses people off, then it's not necessarily intended by the atheist arguer. The atheist arguer is just arguing the truth. The truth wins every argument, okay? And that's why people get mad, because they get mad when someone else has the truth on their side in an argument. And an argument is usually about the ego, okay? It always ends up being the ego, and that's why the people get so mad. It's because the other person who is winning the argument is stepping unintentionally, usually, on the other person's ego, and that's when they get really furious. I have never seen an atheist threaten somebody else's life, but I've seen a lot of Christians and certainly a lot of Muslims threaten someone else's life because they don't agree with their religion. People, you heard the cartoonist who made a cartoon of the Muslim religion, and he was killed for it. This is the kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I don't want any religion to become powerful and dominate planet Earth. We need to get rid of it. Let's get rid of this, please, people. We can do better than that. Let's do peace. Peace, real peace. Real peace comes with clarity, it comes with knowledge, it comes with science, it comes with an introspection into who you really are. Who you really are is not somebody who goes to war to kill other people for some ideology. Okay, that same applies to China, of course. You don't kill somebody because he's a Buddhist. That just goes completely against our systems. So yeah, China does it too with their ideology, and that's wrong. So, and it's also about power, but religion is almost always about power. Every time an ideology becomes that powerful and takes over, and any type we have a world power of some sort, they will be suppressing people, and they will there's going to be some kind of regime of terror and misleading and brainwashing going on. We need to get away from this. Okay, I am not an atheist even, but I have never in my life seen an atheist who is militant, who is aggressive. The atheists are the ones we can learn from. They're the ones who turn towards reality, towards real books, real information. So if everybody became who they really are, unreligious, just a being, an earth being, right? The earth being that you are, the Earthian, made out of flesh and blood, like all the other Earthians, like this Earthian over here on the couch, right there, yeah. So, yeah, if we became just that, right? You are more than the sum of your parts. So it's not like just that. It's like, it's way more than a religious follower, right? It is you, okay? Become you. Go to that Basilica of St. Peter and admire this amazing art and see it as history, okay? There are good things that came out of the religions too. There are some, the Transfiguration from Raphael is like, that's like the epitome of beauty and art in Christianity, I would say. This is the absolute, this is the most stunning painting I have ever seen in my life. And the music by Johann Sebastian Bach, you know, highly religious music. Is like written for the Christian church. I don't know for which one, just the generally for Christianity. And so it's stunning music. It's incredible music, you know. Or these organ concerts from Johann Sebastian Bach. Listen to this, you know. Particularly if you consider yourself being a Christian, you want to get familiar with all these amazing works that have been done for Christianity. But I don't see a lot of people being informed about this in the United States. I have been to a couple of churches. People have dragged me down there, and I was just curious, just wanted to see what they do there, how they behave. And it was shocking how they behave. Particularly this one evangelical church in LA. I was absolutely shocked about this. There's this preacher lady. She said she used to be a murderer. She converted to. She used to be Catholic, and but grew up in some really horrendous situations with murderers around her. She became a murderer. Probably has been raped. Probably had to become tough or something, and then she was in prison for a long time, and she converted, and there they converted her to the evangelical church, and now she's this preacher, and the way she pushed people over and all of this on the stage, it was so appalling. I could just see how power thirsty she was. This is all it is for her. It's like she wants this power. She wants to be this preacher and have power over people. And I just couldn't stand it. And I told my friend who took me there, I said, there's no way I'm gonna ever go back to that church. And that woman is crazy. And of course the nurse, my friend, she took offense and she defended it, and that was the last time I heard of her too. And it just kept on going on and on and on. All these people that I would meet throughout my life. I always meet people and become friends, and I'm really, really friendly and warm to them, and they think I'm nice, and then they find out that I'm not religious, and then they want nothing to do with me. And there I am again alone, you know. It's almost like a song, you know, like, and there I am again alone, and there I am again on the road, you know. And this is how it feels, like, you know, I keep getting abandoned over and over and over because I am not religious. But should I become religious just so I'm not abandoned anymore? We have to really ask ourselves that question. If we want to have a paradigm shift in society, is it then useful to, just because we're afraid of being alone and or being threatened or being ridiculed, to latch on to the status quo, to latch on to whatever our people are believing? You know, I don't think so. So this is not moving society ahead. The only thing that moves society is ahead is if you introspect, if you find out who you really are, what you really want. You know, for example, I've seen a lot of gay people, particularly in this area where we live. There are gay men and gay women that are not out of the closet, and I wonder if they even came out of the closet towards themselves. I have the feeling they didn't. This one guy probably did, and I'm not going to name any names. I feel terribly sorry for them. They are extreme evangelical fanatics, and this is pretty obvious that these people are gay. It's pretty obvious it shows in their behavior and who they really are. They are completely denying. This one lady, looks just like a guy. I mean, on a first glance, you'd think she's like a 60-year-old truck driver, real heavy, and then you look again, and oh, it's actually a woman. It's an older lady, and with gray short hair and heavy, and doesn't look very healthy, and it's a bit grumpy, and then she'll tell you all about her lifestyle and her beliefs, and she won't question a thing about her religion, not a thing. Nothing will make any sense that anybody else will say. It's just all put back into that same old thinking mechanism, and it's absolutely, and I meet these people in different places, you know, places that we have to go to, unfortunately, like a dentist office or a realtor office or a doctor's office or whatever, you know, courthouse, or different places where you just have to go to sometimes, and where I'd rather not go to if I had the choice. But yeah, but then I see this, you know, I see these people and they see me, and they have never seen anyone outside of these congregations. Same applies to the Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't associate with anybody outside of their congregation, and it is sacrilegious to them, and in a way it is the same with the evangelical Christians. Not like that. They will still come for dinner maybe, but then as soon as the subject goes to religion, and as soon as I reveal that I actually read books that are not related to religion, then that will be the last dinner. So yeah, it's always this is always happening over and over and again. I had a friend for many years, I would say 5 years, my friend Lana, and I thought she was my best friend. I really thought we were friends. I was very attached to her, and I was so heartbroken when she finally hung the phone up on me. I kind of had the feeling that this was going to happen at some point, that one of these phone conversations that she will get mad and that she will never talk to me again. And it's because I kept telling her that we only have reason to build on. We don't have anything else. Everything else that's built on speculation or fantasy or conspiracy theories and all of this is maybe funky and exciting or something to distract us from our bleakness of our lives. But when it comes down to it, it's reality that we build on, and nothing else. And so that was the end when I said that. Go for reality. Stop all of this. Stop this religious stuff, because it is not moving you ahead in your life. It is misleading you, and it causes serious problems in your lives to be religious. If you believe that global warming is not caused by pollution, by the industries, then you'll keep on consuming, you keep on buying your mega macho type of trucks, and just to look macho or something, like a big penis, That's why they make these trucks real high and make them higher and higher. In Europe, they make them lower and lower, the front end, in Japan, so it's more and more aerodynamic, more and more futuristic. Here in the US, they build them higher and higher up, like making him look like a tank. Why is that? Because people are obviously totally brainwashed into believing they need to be macho badass. And that's because they don't read books. They don't have anything else to build their lives on other than to be some kind of macho badass. And that's why this kind of fad is growing so much in the United States. It's very sad. It's pitiful. Look at yourselves, people, please. Go within yourselves, look at this. Allow who you are, Allow, if you are straight, allow it. If you're gay, allow it. Allow to be the way you are. So, we have the year 2013. It's coming to an end now. We're entering into 2014, and I am asking all people to go within themselves and to meditate, to do a compassion meditation, to meditate for peace, to pray for peace, and to walk your talk, to practice peace, and be respectful of other people's beliefs and other people's lifestyles and of who other people love and what other people wear and how they have their hair cut and their eyebrows and whether they wear makeup or not. Be peaceful and be respectful and accept that other people have different views, and love everybody the way they are.